We're killing it. Away with those. Who needs Giancarlo? Shabi's moving in. We're back. Shabi from Market Candle Company came back because, you know, she missed us. Today, we're going to talk about another process of candles that you might not have known about.
You should stop using your candle when you get to about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of wax. Yeah, there's some pretty precious wax at the bottom of this jar, but it's also a glass jar and you might risk damaging the surface below if you keep using it all the way to the end.
Yes.
You also risk overheating the jar. So there's a few safety reasons why you should just stop using your candle.
Okay.
A lot of people choose to disregard that information, but we highly encourage you not to.
If I were to buy a candle from you or from Vince's, how would I know that rule that you just told me?
There's 2 ways to get that info. On the bottom of every jar, there's a sticker with all this information right on it.
It's too convenient.
We also encourage you to take one of the candle care cards with you that should be on your displays when you
Yes.
sell your candles. All of that information is right there. There are a few key pieces of candle care that we generally like to drive home. The first piece is your first burn. You always want to let the wax melt to the edge of the jar.
Okay.
That will avoid a tunneling candle. You want to make sure the melted wax covers the whole surface every burn. And the second tip is always trimming your wick to about 1/4 inch. That will prevent soot, smoke, and burning your candle at a temperature higher than it should.
I have one more question. I'm very guilty for it. You might hate me.
Oh no.
So if I'm burning this candle
Yeah.
and it's on my desk.
Yeah. Okay, you can snuff your candle out. That's okay. I'm so scared. You scared me. If you're like my husband and you don't know how to blow a candle out gently because he blows it out like it's a birthday candle,
Yes. Wax.
just a gentle
Yes.
works great to extinguish that flame. Or you can also use your metal lid.
How do you start the process of cleaning out your jars? Because you don't want to throw these jars away.
You don't want to throw the jars out. They are perfectly recyclable.
Yes.
But you do have to take a couple extra steps to make them recyclable or reuse them. This is a food grade glass jar. It's a heat sealable jar.
Yes.
You can use it for your sugo. You can use it for pickling. You can use it for whatever you want, but you got to clean it first.
Right.
I like to do these in batches in my kitchen sink.
Yes.
But for demonstration purposes, we're going to use a little bowl here. You want to submerge the jar. You don't need to put water inside of the jar. The outside is fine. Nice hot water. The water's going to warm up the jar just enough to soften up the wax a little bit.
Makes sense.
Spoon. This is all you need, friends. We can keep it nice and simple. Once that jar feels a little warm on the outside, take a spoon
Pretend you're eating yogurt.
and you can literally just scoop out that wax. It really is, like, it's so much easier than people make it out to be. You can also use the spoon to remove the wick at the bottom of the jar. A lot of people like to keep their wax and use it in their wax warmers if you have one of those. Or you're welcome to just throw the wax right into your green bin. Once you've removed the majority of your wax, we recommend using a paper towel just to wipe out the excess wax from the jar. You want to avoid wax going down your drain. Soy wax is water soluble, so technically it's safe. That being said, it's not ideal. Your next step is to wash out the jar with hot, soapy water. Using hot water and soap, you can peel off the label quite easily and use a scrubby or a sponge to remove any of the excess adhesive. Rinse it out, dry it off. Our jar is good as new.
Yes.
One thing to consider is potential scent transfer. If you're going to be using it for any form of food, you may have a lingering scent. Feel free to use a cotton ball and some vinegar with a little bit of hot water, and that usually does the trick to get rid of any extra scent that was left over. Let it air out overnight.
It's so funny. You can use them for overnight oats.
Everything.
Your chia seed pudding in the fridge. In the guest bathroom, like with some Q-tips or some cotton pads.
Q-tips, cotton balls,
So
herbs,
cute.
spices.
Yes.
Propagation is huge. I'm seeing lots of people set up cute little propagation stations.
Yes.
For candy.
I love
Anything small, knick-knacky,
You put your
screws,
matcha
bowls,
powder?
sleeves, matcha, teas,
Yes.
anything. The world is your oyster.
There you go. There you have it.
Cheers.